I'm putting cases on all you. You think you can do this to me? King Kong ain't got on me.
What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy, imKingKenneth, back from another video. Today, you know what, scratch the intro. We already know what you're here for. We're talking about Drake. Because what Drake did this last week made him look like a complete dunce. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, let me cook. And for those that already know, get your popcorn ready. Now, the reason as to why people have been clowning Drake for the past week is due to the fact that he filed legal action against UMG. And while in any other circumstance, people would be against a record label, but in this case, it's the complete opposite. Because Drake filed a petition, not a lawsuit just to clarify, but he actually filed 2 petitions where he claimed that UMG is buying Not Like Us streams and is also using content creators to help Kendrick streams. With the second petition actually saying that UMG shouldn't put out a song that called him a PDF file. And like I said, it's not a civil lawsuit, it's a petition. Which means that Drake is presenting his case to court, and if there's enough evidence and witnesses to support the defendant's claim, then the court will essentially approve of a civil lawsuit. And Drake doesn't have enough evidence to support the claim that UMG is buying streams. But quite honestly, even if that was the case, which I wouldn't doubt at all, at this point it's part of the music industry. Do y'all remember back in 2017 and 2018 when Drake was literally on the cover of every Spotify playlist? Regardless of whether or not you like Drake or not, that is overkill. But I bet you right now if Drake was winning, and if the public perception was the opposite, none of this will come to light. And there's a lot of theories going around that Drake is intentionally doing this so that he could get out of his UMG deal, but regardless of whether or not that's true or not, there's definitely better loopholes for Drake to do to get out of this. And it doesn't help that Kanye West literally called Lucian Grange, the CEO of UMG, his master.
They say rich baby daddy, it's like Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian and Universal.
Wow.
He's like, you know, like, man, my daddy got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my daddy controlled the spins. My daddy got the DSPs. My daddy. Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian.
And like I said before, even if Not Like Us is spotted, which probably is big 2024 to a certain extent of course, it doesn't change the fact that Not Like Us is huge. Just from my personal experience, I heard that song at Sweet 16 birthday parties, clubs, basketball games, car speakers, and that's not even scratching the surface. There's literally videos of people in India bumping that song. So Drake just looks stupid here. And the public perception has not been good. In fact, just yesterday at the time of this recording, Charmaine the God gave Drake Donkey of the Day.
Well, just hilarious. Donkey of the Day for Monday, December 2nd goes to Aubrey Drake Graham. Kendrick won, and he told you to squabble up, not lawyer up. Please give Aubrey Drake Graham the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
You are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
Because if you can't tell by the video already, he has been clowned. And this action doesn't help that either. Whether it's him trying to clown DeMar DeRozan.
Yes, if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. That's the answer to your question.
Well, you're gonna have a long way to climb. Take it down.
Being on XQC stream.
I'm Drake. This is XQC, real streaming legend. Me, I do music in case you didn't know. I'm here, as you can see, fully intact. Mind, body, and soul, in case you were wondering, right?
Mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it. Cheers to everybody.
Words live by.
Words to live by. Real talk. Cheers
Chat.
to everybody. Love. This guy's like a fragile op, but we're real sixers. We're real sixers. They're real six-head. We don't listen to that.
Or typing Los Polos chat. And all this could have been avoided if Drake didn't stop poking the bear. If Drake and J. Cole didn't put out First Person Shooter, or just didn't respond after Like That, then none of this would happen. And in all those diss tracks that Drake put out before Euphoria, he was big and Kendrick to drop. And he thought just because he's popular, that makes him an automatic favorite. But when all those diss tracks came out, he immediately got put in his place. And listen, as a fan of both artists, they both have very solid diss tracks. And quite honestly, Family Matters is actually a really good diss track, and honestly it would have been played a lot more if it didn't immediately get overshadowed by Meet the Grams. And now said lyrics from said diss tracks from Kendrick is starting to age like wine.
Try cease and desist on I like that record. Oh what, you ain't like that record?
Them superpowers getting neutralized, I can only watch in silence.
Back to back, I like that record.
The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling.
I'ma get back to that for the record. Keep making me dance, waving my hand, and it won't be no threat.
And I'm sure a lot of people already know how different Drake and Kendrick is as artists, but the way they approach music and life is the reason why they hate each other. The best way I could describe Kendrick's hate for Drake is by comparing Kendrick's hate towards Drake to Bret Hart's hatred towards Goldberg. And if you're a wrestling fan, then you would know how accurate that is. But for those that have no idea what I'm talking about, let me cook again. You see, Kendrick and Bret Hart have passion for the craft, whereas Drake and Goldberg mainly see it as a job, but still have some passion towards it. Kendrick and Drake spent years honing their craft, whereas Drake and Goldberg already had good careers in both acting and football respectively. And as they transition to the field they are in now, while they have a bunch of fans and are considered legends in their industries, there's also a very good amount of detractors. Not to mention they both follow a formula that works. But as time goes on, people start to get sick of it. Whereas with Kendrick and Bret, due to them holding their craft, a lot of people respect them and they don't really have that much detractors. It's actually quite ironic that Bret Hart's Canadian and Goldberg's the Jew. They're two things that Drake is. But anyways, moving past that, with the new album that just came out, GNX, Kendrick charting on the Billboard Hot 100, and the Super Bowl coming in a couple of months. Not to mention, just today at the time of this recording, at a stadium tour with SZA, Kendrick's stock has been going up like this. But by the way, GNX is a fire album. In fact, I did an entire reaction on my live channel, so check it out if you haven't already. And in that album, he actually made a subliminal towards Drake.
Well, all of y'all is on trial. Used to bump the Carter 3. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down.
But with all those things coming up, a lot of people, including myself, are tuned in to see what's next. But you might be asking yourself, how could Drake recover from this? Simple, make music. And literally Kendrick said himself, make music. And I said this in previous videos too. But when Drake starts to make music again and stop all these antics, people will love him again. Don't get me wrong though, this will always be brought up. But if he drops another classic single or an album, then no one will care. Look what happened to J. Cole. People were clowning on him for apologizing and for making Grippy, but once Poor Tornado came out, he started releasing his old mixtapes and is doing a one-night concert, actually right here in NYC, and then all of a sudden people forgave him. Or better yet, actually make a diss track that could actually go toe-to-toe with Kendrick. Because trust me, if Drake was winning, I would cover it just the same. Because when you look at something from a fan perspective, and not as a fan, then you will realize how interesting this beef is and what perspectives you can gain from this. And it's not surprising now that this is happening. Because do y'all remember when Pusha T exposed Drake? And while he did technically win the battle, due to the fact that Pusha T isn't as popular as Drake, people eventually swept it under the rug. But with Kendrick being as popular as he is, Drake literally can't escape it. So Drake would end up as one of two things. A, he would be like Jay-Z, acknowledge his loss, and still make classic hits, and still be considered as a legend, or B, beat Ja Rule and fade into irrelevance. Watch this video back in 5 years to see what happens. But yeah, that's it for the video, y'all. Hope you enjoyed, and if you do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos, and I'ma catch y'all later. Join my Discord by the way, link in the description. I'm imKingKenneth, and I'm out this bitch. Peace out, y'all. Bah!
Sweet chin music and I won't pass the ox. Ay.